In this painting video, the first couple questions I will be answering is how to choose a paint roller and what size paint roller is best to use for walls. So the best size roller to use is a 12-inch roller. It will allow you to get good coverage and it will be cost effective because it's a common size. And if you're watching this video, you most likely won't be doing painting on a regular basis. And now to move on to which paint roller we used. As I explained at the beginning, there's no point spending money on an expensive roller if you don't do it that often, so I would recommend getting a no-nonsense brand from Screwfix. So when I start painting with a roller, I like to start at the edges, so once I've done the edges, it's easier to work on the inside area. And when I use a roller, I like to take long strides so I can get good coverage of the paint. And as our walls were recently plastered, for the base coat what we tend to use is a cheaper paint, and what we do for the final coat is use a much more expensive paint. So for example, we use Deluxe paint for our final coat, and this is just another way of saving costs when painting and to be more efficient with your budget. One tip I can give you when doing a DIY or painting or anything in the house is to keep an eye on your workers, and when you do this, try not to scare them.
You what, mate?
And in this following clip, we'll show you how we painted our stairwell using a plank of wood and a ladder. Now for the stairwell, some of the areas were still pretty wet and they weren't fully dry in the plaster. If this is the case and you can't wait for the plaster to dry, then I would suggest using a new plaster paint, which allows it to still breathe and allow the walls to dry out with the paint on top of it. And more generally speaking, if the plaster is fully dry, then you need to make sure that the paint you use for the first coat is watered down. A good ratio to use is 3:1, so 1 part water and 3 part paint. The main reason for this is because the plaster will suck up a lot of moisture from the paint and it will just cause cracks all over the place. And it will just cause a lot of work. You've got to remove all the paint off again and restart from scratch if you don't water down the paint. For the last clip in this video, we're going to show you how the painting looked after the first coat. Please keep in mind there's a few patches and this is normal for the first coat.
Is that your fault? Someone's come in the house.
Are you on that in the video or?
No.
Too late.
Oh wait.
Also a little tip, after doing the first coat you might have a few drips here and there. You can sand these out so it makes it more smoother for the next coat to go on.